Judge rules that Google has an illegal monopoly on online searches.
Fox 5's Wendy Patrick joining us now with more on this, Wendy. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, we've heard Google. I mean, it's literally the brand name is the verb. You Google
right.
something, so there's dominance there. What's this lawsuit all about?
Well, the judge officially ruled in this lawsuit in a 277-page ruling, so I hope both of you read every word of that, that it's a monopoly, which is what we already knew.
Yeah.
But now that this lawsuit finally has an answer, right, because this is a federal violation, we're going to have to talk about, well, what's the remedy? I mean, Google is ubiquitous. You just pointed that out.
Yep.
It is a verb. It is everywhere.
Yeah.
But is it the only option? Well, technically, no. But it's been paying other companies like Apple to be the only option. And a judge basically said, finally, that's not right. So in about a month, September the 6th, we're going to learn what's next. So you've identified that it can't be a monopoly. It can't exploit its dominance to basically quash competition, trample innovation, and other ways in which very explicitly it was described in this ruling. But what's the solution going to be? Is it going to be divestiture, or is there going to have to be room for competitors like maybe OpenAI type search engines like ChatGPT? So it's a very interesting, timely decision that we're going to work with now.
We'll talk about a little bit more about what this means. It was just interesting. We had a whole conversation about pickleball.
I heard it all.
You heard that?
Yeah, it was interesting.
The first thing that we go to is Google. I tell my kids to when they ask me a question and I don't know, I'm like, go and Google it.
I don't think it's for the crunch.
But what does this mean, looking for? You touched on it a little bit, but what could happen? What is realistic to happen?
One of the things that, well, it's going to be appealed, and many people think, gosh, you know, will an appellate process really fashion an alternative, or will they just say, no, Google, it's okay for you to keep the monopoly? What's more likely to happen, Shali, is there'll be some kind of a compromise position. You know, part of the issue here is if Google is paying billions of dollars to other companies to make it its primary search engine, is that fair? Because most companies can't compete with that. I mean, Apple can. Samsung was another company that was listed, but most companies can't do that. And then are you inflating the price of the advertising? Because you're a monopoly and you're able to do that. So those are some of the potential problems that maybe Google can come up with some kind of a compromise position. Will they share it more freely or make it more accessible, or refuse to pay big companies that kind of money to make it the only search engine available? I mean, are we going to start using Bing and Yahoo again? It's been a long time.
What?
Okay, I was going to say, you know, heavy is the head.
I know, right? Who?
Heavy is the head that wears the crown. We know that. And from the beginning, you know, back 20, 25 years ago, we used the Yahoo, and then the Google came around and they realized it's simply a better product. Bing tried to come in with the Microsoft, and even Microsoft couldn't outdo what Google did. In terms of a search engine, they're the best, they're the top. Why can't they collaborate with another business? It's just a matter of the fact that they're going to start making more money and push other people out. But at what point does it get to, like, it's not just a collaboration with Apple to be the main search engine?
Well, I think that point was reached when you hit the number of something like 95%. I mean, it's just an enormous amount of...
I think we said it was 89% dominance and 95% on mobile devices, which is... either way you look at it,
right.
I mean, it's
and
semantics,
you know,
really.
what an interesting point, because is mobile devices now the primary way, like I just saw you do when you look at pickleball?
I don't know.
I know. You pick that up more often than you did even 10 years ago.
Correct.
But what about OpenAI search engines? Because there's no ads yet. So right now, I mean, wouldn't that be at least an idea? We talk so much about OpenAI and all the different varieties of ways in which you can actually do those searches. Now, let me argue the other side of that. Most free OpenAI systems are not up to date. Google is. Or Bing or Yahoo, whatever kind of search engine is connected to the internet. So there's that. Many people may not want to pay for these upgraded AI systems that'll allow them instantaneous access to the latest and greatest information. So we will know more September the 6th, although we may just know there's going to be a delay because Google is appealing the ruling.
Of course, appealing the ruling. And then the 2 minutes that Raul and I both went to law school, we both know. 2 minutes. Actually, I was in longer than him. There is always the precedent. You've got to look at, you know, past cases and see how things are laid out to be able to make those decisions. I'm assuming there's nothing for this, right?
Not like this, and that again is what makes this ruling significant. Is there's been lawsuits against Google in the past, as you might imagine, because it feels like they've been a monopoly for a very long time. But now that we do have this very long ruling, there's a lot to work with in terms of what rationale the court used and where
Right.
we might go from here in terms of looking for a compromise.
I was actually looking up pickleball in Google,
Okay, so now you're on your
in
laptop.
Yahoo,
What does it say?
and in Bing. Well, I didn't get to do it fast enough, so I don't know. See the comparisons. That's wherein lies the. Listen, I don't.
When you say that, I'm like, what? Who?
It's ChatGPT and
We
the
have
AI.
to use Google to search for Bing.
I mean, uspickleball.org comes up in Yahoo, and uspickleball.org. It's the same lead information on both Yahoo and Google.
So it's the same information, it's
Yeah.
just
Not
harder
always,
to
but-
get to.
Harder to get to.
At
yes.
least in this instance.
Listen, Microsoft Bing. I don't even bother with Bing.
Yeah, good
Listen,
stuff.
Wendy, I don't know.
Well, we'll continue to follow the story
Yeah.
and see what happens because it really is relevant for
Yeah.
everybody
Everybody.
It's
watching.
a big,
everybody
big deal
watching.
for sure.
yeah.
Wendy Patrick, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.